So you've just had the most incredible mushroom journey of your life, and now you're wondering, what's next? What do I do with the insights and the breakthroughs that I downloaded in my mushroom journey? In this video, I want to share with you 5 excellent questions that you can use after every psychedelic trip to lock in the benefits and lock in the insights that you received in your journey. Integration is probably the most important aspect of a psychedelic journey. It's all well and good to have the cosmic breakthroughs, the epiphanies, the DMT aliens, but if you don't apply those insights, if you don't lock them into your day-to-day life, your being, your state, then have you fundamentally changed anything? And this is the trap that sometimes people can fall into, is they have these cosmic experiences that blast them to Jupiter and beyond, but then they come back, and 3 days later, they're back in their same challenges, their same patterns, their same problems. So in this video, I want to share with you a couple questions that are going to help you unlock that next level post-trip. Now, if you're about to go on a journey, and you're preparing for a psychedelic trip, check out my free mushroom trip checklist at mushroomchecklist.com. This will give you the essential things to do before and during your trip. And now if you combine them with the 6 questions that I'm about to share with you, you're going to have a fantastic post-trip integration. So without further ado, here are the 6 essential questions that you need to ask yourself after every trip. You can journal on these questions or meditate on them. Number 6 is probably the most important. Question 1. What happened during your trip? Describe in as much detail as possible the visuals, the imagery, the emotions, the insights, the downloads, and the breakthroughs that came up for you. I like to do this at the tail end of the trip. When I'm back in the 3D, I'm still a little bit tripping, but I can now pick up my laptop, pick up my phone, and I can write down as much notes and detail as I can. If I wait till the next day, I tend to lose some of the memories. Although, I will say that the most important aspects of your trip will always come back to you. Sometimes in the days following after a trip, I'll have these flashbacks of like, ooh, yes, this happened as well, and I need to remember this. So if you forget a couple details right after the trip, don't worry. If it's important, it will always surface back to your memory the next day or in the following couple days. Question number 2. How do you feel about your experience? Was anything particularly good or pleasant? And was anything particularly challenging? You really want to take a look at the challenges because those are your shadows, those are your triggers. That's where the gold is. That's where the insights are. That's where you can really understand yourself. Question number 3. What is different now? Is there something that I can't unknow or unsee after this psychedelic trip? This is a very, very important question. This is where you get to face your truth. What was the truth that the mushrooms, the ayahuasca, the DMT showed you that now you can't unsee it? That's where the gold is for you. Question number 4. What would you like to leave in the past? What is no longer serving you that you'd like to let go of? This is your opportunity to look at all of the misalignments and the untruths and the out of integrity moments in your life. What are the misalignments that you need to let go of? Sometimes it's people. Sometimes it's a change in your career, a change in your circumstances, or a change in your environment. A couple years ago, I was tripping in Vancouver and I got the message that you got to move to Bali. You're done with this environment. And then the message came up again in another mushroom journey. I'm like, fuck. All right. We're moving. So you got to trust your intuition here. You got to trust your hunches. You got to trust the truth that the mushrooms are revealing to you about the misalignments in your life, things you need to leave behind. Question number 5. What are some new things, beliefs, values, ways of being that you'd like to move towards? This is your opportunity to look at the next chapter of your life. What changes after this trip? What habits and ways of being do you need to embody as your 2.0 self following this journey? Question number 6. Write down 1 to 5 concrete, measurable, and timed actions that you will take in the immediate present and future that are in alignment with your sacred medicine experience. This for me is the most important aspect of integration. When I receive ideas, downloads, and epiphanies on a mushroom journey, it is imperative that the very next day I take at least one action step to lock in that insight or that benefit or that epiphany or that breakthrough. Because if you wait too long, you're going to drift back into your old patterns, your old state, And so right after a mushroom journey, right after a psychedelic experience, you're the most neuroplastic, and that's your chance to embody a new state of being, a new habit, a new action step. You also get a little bit more courage. It's almost like the mushrooms inject you with more courage so you can blast through your fears and embody your 2.0 self. That version of you that is fearless, that is courageous, that is truthful, that knows exactly what you need to do next. Action is how you lock in the insights. It's all well and good to take notes and meditate and reflect on your experience, but what is the 1 or 2 actions that you can immediately take following your trip that will lock in the benefits? An action step could be calling a friend from long ago to apologize because the mushrooms have opened up your heart. It might be apologizing to yourself and forgiving yourself about something. It might be taking action on a new business idea. It might be taking action on a new fitness or health journey. Whatever the mushrooms showed you, whatever truth you saw in your journey, you must take action on it as soon as possible. Typically, the next day is the best. You want to get a good night's rest after a trip, and then the next morning, that's where you take your actions. In my experience, you're not always going to be able to integrate every single aspect of your journey. In a typical psychedelic trip, you might get as many as 50 new ideas of how to improve your life or how to improve yourself. You want to focus on the 2 or 3 most important, highest leverage ideas and take action on those first. A really powerful journey might give you a year's worth of homework. That's what happened to me at my very first ayahuasca ceremony. I got enough homework for 2 years. And from that ayahuasca journey, the podcast was born. This YouTube channel was born. There was a whole set of shifts that needed to happen and play out over the next couple of months and years. But the one thing you can do right away is take action on at least one idea. Lock in the benefits. Lock in the insight. So make that your goal. After every psychedelic journey, ask yourself, what is the one thing I can take on action immediately to lock in the epiphany, the insight, or the breakthrough that I received from these cosmic teachers? I hope this helps you. And if you need more guidance on psychedelics, how to prepare for your first trip, what to do during the trip, and what to do after the journey, check out my free psychedelic guide at mushroomchecklist.com. And if you have a moment, comment below on what is your process after a psychedelic journey. I'd love to hear what you like to do for your integration. Much love, safe travels, and I'll see you in the next video.